In this video, I'm going to show you how to open up your clay and pull up walls. In the previous video, I showed you how to center your clay. If you need a refresher on how to center your clay before you open and pull up your walls, go ahead and pause this video and watch that one before getting started on this. As you can see, I start by getting my hands wet and getting my clay a little bit wet. I don't want it oversaturated, but I want my fingers to be able to glide. I use my pointer finger or my middle finger to push my clay in. I push it in until it's about an inch off the bat. I do this and then I check the depth. Now I'm taking my fingers and I'm pulling the clay towards me. You don't want to pull it in any other direction. You want to pull it towards your body. However big you want the diameter of your piece to end up will determine how big you make it now. So right now I have about a 4-inch diameter, and so that's about how big my piece will end up. If you want a really wide piece, then you're going to make it bigger. If you want it smaller, then you make the inside diameter a little bit smaller. So I'm taking my needle tool and I'm checking the depth of my piece. I'm putting it in and using my finger to see how tall it is. It's a little hard to see, but you want about 1 to 2 millimeters. Like I said, you can later trim off the excess clay. I'm using my sponge and I'm pulling my walls up now. This is how you pull up the wall if you're right-handed. So if you're left-handed, then you're going to be following the opposite directions. I start by placing my left fingers on the inside of the clay, and I put my right fingers, or the sponge in my right hand, directly on the opposite side. Now I put an even pressure, pushing out with my left hand and pulling in with my right hand and pulling up the piece. I pull it up from the base of the bat all the way to the top. And I do this several times. Now I'm taking my needle tool again and I'm cutting off the excess clay on the top because it's a little bit uneven. I'm putting the needle on the outside, pushing it to my finger on the inside, and pulling it off. Now I'm putting this excess clay in my reclaim so I can use it later. Now I take my wooden tool and I cut off the excess clay on the outside. This helps with trimming later down the road when the piece is finished. Welcome to the world, my girl. Let it be your fantasy. Now I take my wire cutters and I pull the piece off. I start away from me and pull towards my body. And I like to end by taking my sponge and cleaning off my bat because it saves time in the cleaning process later down the road.